Today, we're watching a new type of reaction video. This one's more about kind of a docu-series. Anyway, the title is very mysterious in my opinion. The $33 million casino scam hidden by a cocktail. Like, what the? Let me not swear in the first 30 seconds of a video, but we're gonna watch this and see exactly what this means. Because it makes no sense what scheme could be hidden by a cocktail. So let's go ahead and watch this. Okay. Yo, go full screen, please.
Could be a plot for film. A high-stakes gambler goes high-tech, making off with $32 million from an Australian casino.
It's February 6th, 2013, and in Melbourne, Australia, it's a hot summer's night. But high above the glittering lights of the Crown Casino,
This guy must be new to this, bro. His mic sounds like he's talking through AirPods. Yeah, Tilt. Tilt's actually tough as hell. I fuck with Tilt.
guest is cooling down. He's staying in one of the resort's most expensive suites. With its designer furnishings, panoramic city views, and a fridge full of $1,000 vodka, it costs more to rent for one night
God Ghost, that's hilarious.
than most people earn in a year. Except he's not paying. The casino is, in more ways than one, because he's just stung them for millions of dollars. And thanks to his secret system, he could do it all over again. Right now though, it's time to sleep, because tomorrow he plans to celebrate with a cocktail with a twist so massive that no one sees it coming. To find out how we got here though, we need to go back to the start of this story just a few weeks earlier.
Interesting.
It's January 2013 when James Manning gets an invitation. James is a businessman from New Zealand, but he's known in all of the biggest casinos in Australia, and Crown is the biggest of the lot. In fact, owned by media mogul James Packer, it's the biggest in the whole Southern Hemisphere, with 220,000 square feet of gaming space and a big focus on its famous high rollers like James Manning. It's his favourite place, so when a VIP host offers his family a weekend stay on the house, free suite, free everything, and a seat at the table of his choice, he doesn't think twice. Now, he knows of course it's a trade-off. James is a high volume player, a whale who gambles big, so all they have to do is lure him in, keep him playing, and their edge will do the rest. He'll make them lots of money, plus his presence looks good, sipping drinks and betting big, so they're planning something big, a special one-off PR event, to show him splashing out. But James Manning doesn't care, because he has a secret. He's fed up of this trade-off.
If you guys don't understand what he's talking about, basically what casinos do is they invite people who spend a lot of money to the casino, paid trip, sometimes paid fly, all this different shit, to get them to gamble a whole lot and earn them money. They would do this for Mickey, if you guys know who Mickey is. If you don't know who Mickey is, he's one of the most known gamblers. He's banned in most all casinos for being so good at gambling. But yeah, so they're trying to get him to come in so they can steal his money, basically, legally.
And fed up of losing, so this time he's making sure he won't. The casino have a license to print money, but in their complacency they've made a mistake, and he is about to make them pay. On February 6th, James flies into Melbourne with his wife and kids, and from the moment they land, they're treated like royalty. A limo from the airport, red carpet treatment when they pull up at the Crown, spa vouchers, drinks credits, handwritten note from his VIP host, and then there's this luxurious villa suite. It's the best of the best. It sits on the Crown's 31st floor, and with floor-to-ceiling windows, champagne on ice, and artwork worth a fortune, nothing has been spared.
Shit.
So his wife coos, and his kids order everything, but James barely blinks, because the best bit is still to come. He's invited to play at Crown's top table, the mahogany room. No slot machines, no beachwear, no drunken tourists, just a VIP space where surveillance is heaviest. The whales all play for thousands there, and the casino never loses, except that tonight, if the plan comes together, they're going to. At around 9:30 PM, James takes his seat. He nods to his fellow big spenders, orders a scotch on the rocks, and gets ready to play. His game of choice? Blackjack.
Fair
In
enough.
Blackjack, each player is initially dealt 2 cards face up, while the dealer gets 1 face up and
I
a
love
whole
Blackjack,
card,
chat.
which is dealt face down. All you need to do to win is to get closer to 21 than the dealer, without going over. You're not playing against any of the other players
Something
at
you
the
suck
table.
at.
Instead,
Yeah.
everyone's
Listen, you beat me in blackjack like once. Can we not be on that bullshit? Come on. Once. Genuinely once. And it was a Roblox game with power-ups.
trying to do the one thing you can usually never do, beat the house. From the first hand he plays tonight though, things seem to be going James's way. Hand 1. The dealer deals. He cradles his cards, an ace and a jack. Job done. Blackjack. The dealer's all smiles and he happily pays out with a large pile of chips. The house loves a man who feels lucky because they'll usually get it all back, and some. It's quickly then on to hand 2, and it looks like that's what will happen. This time James doubles his bet. His cards are dealt, a 10 and a 9 makes 19. They're good cards, but James surprises everyone. Hit. He takes another card and lands a 2, 21. Now that is luck. Everyone else wants a bit of it, and James is on a roll. There's a quick break, some new faces join the table, drinks are ordered, and then it's on to hand 3. He ups his stake to $250,000, and everyone quietly nods. Respect. A king and a 7. It's good, but not usually good enough. But then he stands, and the dealer busts, so James wins again. He wins hand 4 as well. There doesn't seem to be any strategy here. In fact, it all seems reckless, impulsive, like he's a man who's chasing a high, not.
Listen, if you have that much money that we're just betting 200,000 and then hitting on a 17, you might belong in that mahogany room for the rest of your life. Shit. I mean, I can't imagine having that type of money, bro. That's a ridiculous amount of money.
Profit. So the dealer keeps his cool. No dealer wants to be the one that keeps on losing. But the house will get its money back. It always does. Unless someone's worked out how to beat it. When James smoothly wins hand 5, the mood starts to change. It's all happened so fast. 15 to 20 minutes. But the casino is catching on. James's fellow players, meanwhile, just want some of his fortune. But they won't get it. And they can't afford to bet like he is. Now into millions, on the unluckiest looking hands and winning every time. His chips are stacking higher and higher. Hand 6. Now every pair of eyes in the Crown Security Hub has quickly been drawn to this one game. Who is this guy? They pull up his file. Try to work out what's happening. He just looks like a crazy man making crazy bets with crazy money. And before they know what's hit them, he wins again with one of the biggest bets they've ever seen. And in hand 7, he bets even bigger. A pit boss hovers. But Blackjack moves fast and he wins again. And he isn't doing anything wrong. Not that they can see. He's just making arbitrary decisions. Some of them very much against the odds. And they're all somehow.
Now, I've seen several different, strategies for people doing this shit. Because I watched, several of these videos. Sometimes they'll have, invisible, marks on the cards and shit like that. But he has no glasses on. He has nothing to, show that shit. No light, nothing. I'm very interested in how he's doing this, but I mean, maybe he's just hella lucky or the dealer's on his side. That shit could be crazy.
Now landing. Sometimes it happens, but it never happens again and again and again. The dealer catches the pit boss's eyes. He's now looking really scared. Then it's hand 8, his biggest bet of the night. Same result, and then it's over. That's 8 straight winning hands, and he could carry on, but he pushes back from the table and calls it a night. But only when his chips have been counted. Boom, he's just won an incredible $32 million. It's enough to buy a yacht and a private island to moor it off, or $1.5 million normal cocktails, if that's what floats your boat. So while the heavies loiter without instruction, James heads straight up to bed. No one understands what's just happened. The house is supposed to win, but tonight it didn't, and for James, the fun is just getting started. When anyone leaves a table with $32 million, a casino will treat it like a crime scene. Their journey towards recovering that money starts here, and at Crown, it starts with the cards. Clean. It moves to the dealer. Clean. They're sure of it, and then quickly leads to their eye in the sky, the overhead surveillance footage from the exclusive mahogany room. First, they watch pan, tilt, zoom, or PTZ wides, reading the room for James's general behaviour. It all confirms the same thing. There's no sleight of hand, no chip tampering, and no collusion with the dealer or with anyone else in the room. Then they cross-examine his choices. Strange, strange and strange. Doubling down when he shouldn't, hitting on high totals, standing in spots that no seasoned gambler ever would. But bizarrely, play itself is not a crime, even if the casino thinks it should be when a punter wins while doing it. Next, they widen out the search, checking out the gooseneck cameras. On high roller rooms like the Mahogany, surveillance doesn't just take place from
Back in your watching poker phase videos. I mean, Jules definitely knows. I used to watch poker and gambling all the time. This shit's so interesting to me.
above. There are also table level cameras to capture the cards in action, and then they stop. Rewind. That's odd. They go to the next hand, same again, and the next. And they realise that they've found it. The explanation. The secret to how one guy just won $32 million across only 8 quick hands. Within minutes, the call goes to security. Within a few minutes more, there's a knock on James Manning's door. Then another. Then fists. When he opens it, bleary-eyed, relaxed and wrapped in a Crown bathrobe, he's faced with a wall of meat and a manager with a brief explanation. We know, and you're out of here. They help him pack his things, they ignore his crying kids, they send him on his way, and they think the story's over. But it's only just beginning.
What?
When the security boss had started trawling through the low-level cameras, they noticed something seemed off with one camera in particular, but it was only when they cross-referenced it with James's plays that it started to become crystal clear. The camera, which focuses on the dealer, is zoomed in way too close, especially when he slides out his hole card, or when the game allows it. He gets to take a peek. Someone has hacked or logged into the Crown's IP-based CCTV system, one of the most advanced, complex and comprehensive in the world, and it's controlling the feed. Doing so is giving them a crucial view of the dealer's hole card before the thing is flipped.
Shit!
Colluding with the player, James, they can tell them how to bet perfectly on every single occasion. Ignoring any normal kind of blackjack strategy, James always made what turned out to be the best possible choice. Now they know
That's
why.
genius.
He had inside help, and they quickly worked out who gave it to him. His personal VIP host, the man who invited James to come along, who looked after him and his family, yet who was strangely absent during the game itself. He'd been sat in the room elsewhere, remotely controlling that feed, and then telling James what to do through a tiny wireless earpiece. They can even see James reacting, and this is how the 33 million was stolen in blackjack in under 30 minutes. But the good news is that their money is safe. James hasn't cashed out, so Crown choose not to press charges. Within hours, the host is quietly dismissed too. They should probably have paid him more in the first place. But whatever. No scandal, no headlines, just a pink slip and a vanishing act. The whole thing's a PR disaster, so best pretend it never happened and be thankful it's all over. Except it isn't all over.
Okay, let's be so for real.
In their rush to sweep.
Let's be so for real. If this was America, where all the casinos are like owned by like fucking mob bosses, that boy's dead. Like, he's so fucked. He's cooked. He's dead. They're all dead. Especially the inside man. There's no universe that man is surviving that. Ever. At all. But shit, maybe I need to go to Australia to start scamming, bro, in casinos. Because this shit looks easy as hell.
Things under the rug, they've forgotten something. And it's a ticking time bomb. This was supposed to be a marketing masterstroke, a world record cocktail swallowed by a whale in a Crown prestigious Club 23 bar in front of lots of cameras. The idea was to make the most expensive cocktail ever and get into the Guinness Book of Records. Named the Winston, it would be wheeled out on a vintage old service trolley and served on a silver platter. But it was inside the glass that the real money would be found, the killer ingredient being an 1858 Crozier cognac. A brandy made famous because it was served aboard the Titanic. It was a drink made for a sinking ship, so they should have seen the signs. And who had they booked to drink it? Sharing his name with the media, James Manning. The very next day, February 7th, except he wasn't there. He wouldn't ever be there again. Of course, no one knows any of that, but Crown's PR event of the year still needs to happen, so they decide to improvise. They find another high roller named Gynnak Nguyen, a friend of the casino, a stooge who's willing to pay the price and then quietly get reimbursed. So he steps in front of the cameras, signs the check, takes a sip, and then walks away. It's a funny atmosphere, but it seems like everyone buys it. The Winston makes it into the Guinness Book of World Records, where it still remains to this day. The Crown Casino breathes a sigh of relief and thinks it's finally over, but someone is not so easily satisfied. Heading back to his office, local reporter Mark Hawthorne starts thinking about what he's just seen. Why did everyone at the cocktail party look so gloomy? He senses there's a story, so he decides to investigate. For 2 years. First come rumours of the heist, And then, in March 2015, the Herald Sun publishes a full expose, and it reveals that the cocktail stunt was staged, a fake shake, to hide a $33 million embarrassment. In June 2015, the papers go further, naming James Manning as the casino's nemesis, but he disappears from view entirely. The fired accomplice is never found either. But for Crown Casino, the damage to their reputation cannot be undone.
A foreign high roller has pulled off a massive multi-million-dollar sting at Melbourne's Crown Casino in an elaborate Hollywood-style heist.
What they'd tried so hard to keep quiet is soon making worldwide news, and what they'd thought had made them unbeatable, a state-of-the-art surveillance system, was actually their weakest link.
Okay, so we're zooming into the cards that we're dealing. Nah, you deserve that shit. Low-key eat that 32 mil. You deserve that shit. You're not getting your money back. Holy fuck. Why are we... Oh yeah, I understand. They have an inside man controlling it, but still, on some real shit, there's no universe that's just like happening. That we can just let that happen and have him have remote access to the cameras from his computer, and we don't notice that somebody else is controlling the feed on that camera. While we're watching him, we don't notice this shit. It's kind of hard to believe, no? No, just me? I mean, fuck, bro. Story doesn't seem right. I mean, I don't know where. Maybe it's just tilt. It was a little patchy. It seemed very patchy of a story. But I think that's the whole story. That's just kind of crazy. I don't know. Kind of like random. But, I mean, I guess. Maybe I need to pull that off, bro. Shut. Anyway, if you guys are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And like the video, please. Like, genuinely, like, subscribe and like the video. I'm trying really hard to do this YouTube shit, and nobody's like... I think, like, 98% of you guys are not subbed who watch. Like, just be one of the good Samaritans who subscribe and come back and watch more of the videos. Man, I'll shut my ass up. Man, fuck out.